Hey students, so today we are going to discuss about severe storms as well as the tropical cyclone. So let's have a look at it. So first of all, we need to understand that how storms happen. So we all are familiar with the phenomena of evaporation and condensation. It's as simple as that. So think of these red arrows as the warm air. This warm air is generated when there is evaporation on the surface of the earth. Means when the rays of the sun they hit the earth, they evaporate the water present on the surface of the earth into the warm air or the water vapors that go up into the atmosphere. And when they go into the atmosphere, since there's the temperature is low, it turns into condensed clouds, which you can see here, and then sometimes it results into cool air, and that cool air comes and sometimes bring us the rainfall. It often brings us the storms, and sometimes it is associated with lightning, thunder, and even hail. तो सिंपल सी बात ये है कि वार्म एयर राइज करती है, इवेपोरेट होता है पानी जो भी सरफेस ऑफ द अर्थ पे होता है अंडर द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ द सनलाइट। उस गर्मी की वजह से जो एयर रेज होती है वो वार्म एयर होती है, वो जैसे ही ऊपर आसमान में जाती है वहां पे जाके वो टेम्परेचर कम होने की वजह से कंडेंस हो जाती है। द प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड कंडेंसेशन एंड देन इट कम्स बैक टू द अर्थ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ द sometimes the clouds are water vapors are too heavy to be there, तो वो कंडेंस होके रेनफॉल में तब्दील हो जाते हैं। और समटाइम उस रेनफॉल के साथ हमें या उस रेनफॉल के साथ हेल यानी कि जो स्नो स्नो के स्टोन्स होते हैं वो, और समटाइम्स लाइटनिंग थंडर और स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड देखने को मिलती है, और ये पूरा फिनोमेना कहलाता है स्वेयर स्टॉर्म्स। तो अब हम देख लेते हैं व्हाट आर स्वेयर स्टॉर्म्स आर द लोकल डिस्टर्बेंसेस इन द एटमॉस्फेयर अकम्पनीड बाय थंडर लाइटनिंग रेन हेल एंड इन सम केसेस स्नो। की फैक्ट्स क्या है? मोस्ट कॉमन नेचुरल हैजर्ड इन द वर्ल्ड बहुत कॉमन है, जनरली इन पाकिस्तान पंजाब बहुत ज्यादा इसको एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं। इट कैन अकर एनीवेयर, responsible for more damage than any other natural hazard because the strong winds, sometimes the movement of the winds lead to the tree branches are broken due to that, often accompanied by strong winds. So if we look at it, how storms develop. So first of all, the simple process to मैंने भी explain किया, warm moist air rises rapidly. This occurs in an unstable atmosphere, causes of upward movement. Passage of a cold front, heating of the earth's surface, and then forms the cumulonimbus clouds जिन्हें हम thunderstorm clouds भी कहते हैं। और थंडरस्टॉर्म की स्ट्रक्चर क्या होता है? उसमें एक क्यूमुलोनिम्बस क्लाउड्स होते हैं, टॉल क्लाउड्स जो कि 12 किलोमीटर हाई तक होते हैं एटमॉस्फेयर में। अप ड्राफ्ट यानी कि जो राइजिंग वार्म एयर होती है, डाउन ड्राफ्ट यानी कि जो नीचे वापस द कूल एयर इज कमिंग बैक विद रेन एंड हेल। और फ्रीजिंग लेवल होता है वेयर रेन ड्रॉप फ्रीजेस टू फॉर्म द हेल, जो मैंने अभी ऊपर आपको दिखाया। अब इसका इफेक्ट क्या होता है? इसके कुछ environmental इफेक्ट है। Environmental impacts include the fallen trees and branches, damage from hailstones, yani dents in the car, damaged crops, damage from rain. Lightning strikes, which is sometimes it can lead to the fire. Social impacts में deaths हो सकती हैं, injuries हो सकती हैं, homelessness और disruption हो सकती है। Economic impacts are infrastructure damage हो सकता है, vehicle like the windows, or there could be dent in the panel of the car or the motorcycle or vehicle. Business can be interrupted because of that. Agricultural loss can happen because of the vegetation is directly impacted. Then what is lightning and thunder and how it comes? So lightning is discharge of electricity during thunderstorm. So whenever there's lightning, we see discharge of electricity when the storm is happening. It's called the lightning. It is the according to the scientist, it is because of the ice in the cumulonimbus clouds, and is thought to be the key element for the lightning development. Ab thunder kya hai? Thunder is a sound produced by the rapid heating and expansion of air around a lightning bolt. We can calculate the lightning distance. Lightning is approximately 1 kilometer distant for 2.9 seconds between the flash and the thunder sound. For example, if you count 9 seconds between lightning and thunder, The lightning is almost 3 kilometers away from your area. तो हम इस तरह से ये क्विक फैक्टर दैट वी कैन आल्सो कैलकुलेट। अगर आप पाकिस्तान में स्टॉर्म्स की बात करें तो पाकिस्तान में स्टॉर्म्स कब कब आते हैं, दीज आर द सीजंस गिवन मंथ्स एंड देन आल्सो द रीजन अफेक्टेड। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल प्री मानसून व्हिच इज May to June in northern Punjab, typically as Jammu and Kashmir, are impacted by it. Then post monsoon in October to November, northern Punjab, typically as Jammu and Kashmir, and monsoon July to September. Karachi occasionally experiences thunderstorm along with the tropical cyclones, so that's what happened. Now, when usually in Pakistan there are storms, they're accompanied by means they include strong winds, lightning and thunder, heavy rain, and sometimes hail is also included. Impacts on Pakistan are flooding, soil erosion, damage to agriculture, and damage to infrastructure. So Pakistan, there's a one fact. Did you know in August 2020, Karachi received the heaviest rain ever, 231 millimeters of rainfall in just 12 hours. This was the highest precipitation means rainfall over the last 90 years. Then on your sidebar of your book in the spotlight, there were few of the storm survival guides given that what are the safety measures we should do and why. Keep clear of windows, electrical appliances, pipes, metal fixtures. We should avoid telephones at that time because it can attract the lightning. Disconnect external aerial and power leads because it can be disastrous for you. Disconnect computers from the power sources, it can be very bad for you. And then if you're outside, then seek shelter in a building or hard top because anything can fall on you, like a tree branch or anything else in the strong wind. Avoid shelter under an isolated tree. Do not stand somewhere alone. So always stay crowded or maybe under a hard shelf. Do not lie down because it can get you impacted by anything flying in the atmosphere can hurt you. If hair stands out, then you should move from the area. There might be possibility that lightning can happen there. Don't fly kites. Don't handle long or metallic objects. Avoid metal structures. So these are all the safety precautions given. When I will also share the file with you, so you can go through the file. It would be great to go through it, and then as the previous strategy we are following, I've given some questions here that you can attempt. You are also supposed to do these on your notebooks, and then I will check them when you will be back to school. It will be helpful for me to understand if you have got the point or not. Then we have the tropical cyclone, unit 7.5, which is a very similar phenomenon to the storms, but we are using it as a different term, and then I will tell you why. So the phenomena is a little different. The process is the same. You can see the warm air rising, it going up, turning into the cold air, and then coming back. So this is the process which causes the cyclones, and they usually happen over the water body like ocean or sea. So in that, what are tropical cyclones? They are intense low pressure systems that form over warm tropical waters. And why does that happen? Is because the cyclones is a particular kind of phenomena. I told all the students earlier, and now I'm going to tell you again that we see in the universe we have two kinds of phenomena very common. The temperature is inverse relationship with the pressure. So if the temperature is high, means pressure is low. If pressure is high, means temperature is low. So as you can see, the red area indicating the red arrows moving up, showing high temperature and low pressure in this area. So the high pressure wind comes to manage or to stabilize this area, and that's how the cyclone is formed. So intense low pressure system that forms over a warm tropical water is called a cyclone. And why it is called tropical? Because it happens in the tropical area. And the cyclones have different name in different part of the world. In Atlantic Ocean, they're called hurricane. In Pacific Ocean, they're called typhoon. And in Indian Ocean, they're called cyclone. In Australia, they're called willy willy, so they have different names. They are often associated with gale force wind, like very strong wind. Torrential means heavy rainfall, and storm surges means the storm layer waves, large waves of water. Conditions. What are the things that should be there for the cyclone to happen? Oceanic temperature should be above 26 degrees. Warm water should be there because then the lot of evaporation will happen that can lead to the cyclone happening. Air humidity should be very high. Very humid air should be there. Air pressure should be very low, and location should be between 5 to 30 latitude for both sides of the equator, like north and south for the tropical cyclones. Why these conditions? Because warm water provide energy, humid air rises and condenses, low pressure drawn in surrounding area, and Coriolis effect is created in the equator areas. That's why we should have these conditions for the tropical cyclones to happen in any area. Now there are following stages of the cyclone. The top one is the formation. Area of low pressure forms, like the area where the temperature was high, warm air begins to rise. Cumulonimbus clouds develop and wind begin to spiral movement. Like the spiral movement of the wind starts. If I try to like draw it, then it would be like this. Like this is the area with the lot of heat, and then the wind will start to move in spiral movement because the warm air will move upward. And then when it will move upward, it will go to the atmosphere and turn into the cumulonimbus clouds. Then we have pre maturity. Second stage two is the pre-maturity. So pre-maturity uplift convention increases, like more air, warm air is increasing. Wind spiral toward the center, surface wind reach gale force. Distinctive spiral cloud pattern develops. Then the stage is the maturity. Maturity is when the cloud system is properly made, like proper circular clouds are visible. Distinct eye develop, like in the very center of the cyclone, which is low pressure area, that is called the eye of the cyclone. So it is properly developed, most destructive stage. That is the most, about 50% of the cyclone reach this stage. And then stage four is decay, when moves over land or cooler water, loses energy source, weakens rapidly, and may continue as rain, depression, gradient floods. So these are the stages of the cyclone. Now, structure of the cyclone. If we look at the cyclone, then there is the eye of the cyclone, the calm center of the storm, almost 16 to 48 kilometers wide. We have eye wall. So if I try to draw it here, this could be the area of low pressure, and then this would be the eye wall. Ring of thunderstorm around the eye. Rain bands, and then when there's this happening, there will be rain at different parts of that area. Like in the ring, there will be different parts, there will be rain. So that is called the rain bands, and cumulonimbus clouds, tall clouds producing heavy rain. So they would be there. Wind direction. When wind moves northern hemisphere, it moves counterclockwise. Like counterclockwise is totally opposite direction, and in southern hemisphere it moves clockwise around the eye. So that is normally the location. Then there are different categories of the cyclone. So category one, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 5 categories here. The speed is different for all, from slowest to the highest. Storm surges, like the waves of the water, and then they also have like the wavelengths mentioned for those, and then their damage, just like the earthquake. For example, if there's category 1, which is up to 125 kilometers per hour wind speed, 1.2 to 1.6 meters storm surge, like wave of storm happens, slight damage. If we look at 3, then it is 170 to 224 kilometers per hour, structural damage, some caravan destroyed, power failure. And if we look at 5, above 280 kilometers per hour, about 5.5 meters high, waves would be formed, and almost total destruction and extreme danger. Now let's look at the storm surges. Storm surges are the bigger tide of that is caused when the storm is called a storm surge. A large amount of seawater that accompanies a tropical cyclone as it comes to the shore. Look at this wave destroying the houses nearby. This is called a storm surge. It is formed by intense wind of the cyclone, pile up ocean water, creates a dome of water. Dome is pushed onshore as cyclone strikes coast. Low pressure area adds to the wide ranges because can flood large coastal areas, can reach heights over 5 meters, and most death in cyclone caused by storm surge, not the wind. Cyclone in Pakistan respected our following location: Arabian Sea to the south of Pakistan. Coastline is 960 kilometers. Vulnerable areas are Karachi, Gwadar, and other low-lying coastal areas. Cyclone frequency more than 10 cyclones between 1970 and 2020. Typical pattern of the cyclone often form each year prior to monsoon season. They come most weekend before reaching Pakistan's coast, and usually it is not heavily impacted. If a strong cyclone forms, it can cause elevated ocean waves, heavy rainfall, power winds, and damage to poorly constructed homes along the coastline. What is the preparedness that we should do before the cyclone happens? Action and purpose. Prepare your homes, secure loose items, clean yards, secure windows and glass, obtain clean water and food, have radio and batteries, monitor Bureau of Meteorological, like the meteorological department that tells you about the weather update, listen to emergency services advice. During, you should remain indoor, stay in safe part of the home, monitor warning, do not go outside during the cyclone eye is forming and stay away from the windows and doors. And after the cyclone, you should continue to monitor the warning, be aware of the flood water that could come into your house and destroy. Stay away from the storm surges, drink only clean water, do not clean the water from there because it can be very disastrous. Begin cleanup process. Seek assistance if required and contact insurance, like if you have house insurance. Then there are the following questions given to you, and you should be doing these questions for the better preparation. Again, if you don't understand anything, you can leave a question under the video, or you can send the question in the diary, and I will be helping you. You have to fully cooperate because that is the only way you can understand the concepts easily. If there's still something you find difficult, you can share it to me. I will refer any other animated video or film video which can be helpful for your preparation. So that was all for today. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it was helpful for you.